With the sea of look-alike mid-size sedans, it can be hard to make a decision on which one you want to buy. Chevrolet's Malibu is a part of that crowd. However, if you're looking for a comfortable and roomy mid-size sedan, it deserves worthy consideration. So let's go ahead and check out this 2017 Chevrolet Malibu. Now, you may know the Malibu as California's coast town, but this is a vehicle that's much different than it was 50 years ago. Now, this generation Malibu has been out since the 2016 model year, just got redesigned last year, and not much has changed for 2017 except for that there is the addition of a new 9-speed automatic transmission. However, that is only available on the high-end trim level, the Premier. Now, our trim of the Malibu we have here is a pretty loaded one, and it's the 2LZ trim, and it comes pretty well equipped. It has a full-on leather interior as well as a panoramic sunroof. Now, here goes the key fob design for the vehicle. Pretty good looking key fob. You have your lock, unlock, your remote engine start to release your trunk, and then your panic alarm. And the styling of the Malibu is certainly distinctive with its catfish looking like front end, and you have some unique wheel designs too. But overall, it's certainly not a bad looking vehicle. It's certainly on par with the rest of the class in terms of style when it comes to, you know, the sloping roof line, and you have the shark fin antenna and everything. Now, this is known as the blue velvet metallic, and you do have smart key access on all 4 doors of the Malibu here. And on the interior, you also have a full-on gray leather interior, and you have your power driver's seat with power recline as well as power lumbar. All right, now stepping on inside of the Malibu here, this interior is quite nice. Love the two-tone going on with the color combination. That's pretty nice, and the wood grain interior trim certainly gives it much more contrast inside of here. And I love the LED map lights, but overall, really nice looking interior of the Malibu. But remember, ours is pretty loaded here. Now, you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. You have a full leather wrap steering wheel. Now, coming to your transmission, we do have the new 9-speed automatic transmission here, since we have the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now, most high-end trim levels are going to come with the new 9-speed, but if you go for the lower end trim levels of the Malibu, you're going to get the 6-speed automatic. And you also do have lower gear selection as well as manual shiftability. When you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera with guidance lines as well as trajectory. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the headlights as well as the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the Malibu here. Automatic driver's side window. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators integrated onto the mirrors. And you also do have blind spot detection. You have 19-inch aluminum alloy wheels. Coming up front here of the Malibu, we have halogen projector beam headlights, and you also do have LED daytime running lights as well as front parking sensors. I'm actually quite surprised it doesn't have high intensity discharge headlights, and we do have a pretty loaded trim. It costs around $36,000. Alright, now powering the Malibu here is your optional powertrain. It's a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, and this is what most of the industry is going towards nowadays. Instead of V6 engines, they're going to turbocharged 4-cylinders. But there's only a few other competitors that you can still get a traditional V6 engine in, and that includes the Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, and the Nissan Altima. But this turbocharged 4-cylinder is reasonably fuel efficient, and it produces a decent amount of power. You're looking at 250 horsepower at 5,300 RPM and 260 pound-feet of torque at 5,300 RPM, with EPA estimates being a reasonable 22 in the city and 33 on the highway. That's pretty good for how much power this car has. Now your base powertrain, which I recommend avoiding, is going to be a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and that comes with the 6-speed automatic instead of this 9-speed here. And there's also a hybrid available for the Malibu, which comes with a 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine. But out of all the powertrains, I would certainly get this 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, as it provides the best pretty good fuel efficiency, especially for how much power this vehicle has. And the 1.5 liter can feel pretty underwhelming at times. Trims of the Malibu start at the base L trim, and it comes sparsely equipped, and it starts at $21,680. The LS starts at $23,225, the LT $25,125, and the top of the line Premier $30,975, and then you have the hybrid model, which starts at $27,875. Now, competitors of the Malibu, of course, you have the vehicles in the midsize sedan class. This includes the likes of the Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, Nissan Altima, Volkswagen Passat. You also have the Subaru Legacy, Mazda 6, and the Ford Fusion. And there's only a couple of midsize sedans that are available with all-wheel drive. So if you are looking for all-wheel drive, I suggest checking out the Subaru Legacy or the Ford Fusion. Total vehicle price for our particular Malibu, you're looking at $36,310. Overall vehicle score, 5 out of 5, that's good. And the final assembly point for this vehicle is actually in Kansas, which is good. And the country of origin for the engine is United States, and the transmission is Mexico. Coming to the rear of the vehicle, we have a third brake light at the very top, and then you also do have LED tail lights, as well as LED turn signal indicators, which look fantastic. Rear parking sensors and dual exhaust tips. Pretty good looking rear end of the Malibu, especially with the optional LED taillights. All of your basic powered features, you have your power windows, mirrors, and your power door locks, as well as your memory seat settings for 2 people, and you have your chrome interior door handles. Nice stitching details on the mid-door panel, really nice. Now, interior quality of the Malibu is certainly on par with the rest of the class, but there are a few cheap interior bits here and there, especially right here. Hard touch plastic on that portion of the upper door panel. Pretty disappointed, but all soft touch right here. Especially given the price point of this vehicle, it should be soft touch. Up here on the dashboard, it's all hard touch plastic as well, and this part is soft touch, but most of the dashboard is hard touch plastic. Pretty disappointed. Given the price point of this vehicle, there certainly should be more soft touch points inside of here, but this is nice how they made this soft touch right here. And build quality is okay. It certainly can be a little bit better, but as far as the way the interior quality goes, for the most part, it is on par with the rest of the class. Now, coming to the stairwell design, the stairwell wheel is okay looking. I've seen a little bit more stylish looking steering wheels, but I do like the chrome trim. Adds a little pizzazz on here. You do have your cruise control, you do have adaptive cruise control, and we do have your heated steering wheel too. And over here you'll find your controls for the little information center, which I'll get to in just a minute. And you also do have your audio controls, which are located on the back of the steering wheel. Down here, little storage cubby, and then you'll also find 2 USB charging ports, as well as a 12-volt power outlet. And then you have your parking sensors, and then you also have your traction control off too, dual cup holders, and you also do have your automatic parking assist, so this vehicle can actually park itself, which is nice. Electronic parking brake, and then down here there's a decent amount of center console storage. It's also soft touch. Seating comfort in the Malibu is really good. I would certainly take a long road trip in this vehicle. The seats hold you in place pretty well, but they're also very plush and comfortable enough for long road trips, and the thigh support is pretty good too. Certainly wouldn't complain about the seats in the Malibu. Visibility can be a little bit of a challenge due to the pillars being pretty thick. And then on the front windows here, there's an okay amount of glass area, but when you get to rearward visibility, it can be a little bit of a challenge. But at least a rear view camera does come as standard equipment on most trims. You also do have your auto dimming rear view mirror, OnStar, garage home link, and then your panoramic sunroof. But Chevrolet calls this their sunroof with their second row skylight. But it's basically just a panoramic sunroof. Certainly gives the cabin a much more open, airy feel. Right here you'll also find your dual zone automatic climate control. We have your temperatures on the dials, and then you have your different zones, and then your fan speeds. Pretty easy to figure out. Love the layout of it. It's logical and it's ergonomically correct. And you also do have 3-stage heated seats for the driver and the front passenger, as well as ventilated front seats. Now the Malibu also offers all of the latest and greatest safety technologies, including blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning and intervention, and forward collision warning, as well as low speed automatic braking and adaptive cruise control. And there's plenty of safety technologies that are available on the Malibu here. Now coming to the head unit, we have the 8-inch Chevrolet MyLink touchscreen here. Really good looking head unit, and I love it. It's responsive and it's easy to use, very intuitive. Now this is your home screen right here. And coming to your audio, your different audio sources do include all of the norm. We do have AM, FM, and XM satellite radio with HD radio. And you have your direct tune feature, which is pretty nice. And your media sources do include your auxiliary inputs, your USB port with iPod integration, and Bluetooth. Then you have your phone. You can hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all of your contacts on here, have an integrated dial pad. You can view your recent calls as well as your voicemail too. Then you have your projection feature, which is for your Android Auto as well as your Apple CarPlay. You have your navigation system, which also features 3D rendering of buildings. You can enter in your destination by voice, and it features live traffic as well as your points of interest. And overall, the rendering of this navigation system is pretty good, and the map quality is decent too. But it's pretty much the same thing that you'll find on many other of General Motors vehicles. You also have your settings. There's many different settings that you can change here. From the rear seat reminder, you have your valet mode, time and date, vehicle, your team driver feature, and you have your display, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and many different settings that you can change here. You have your live weather, which gives you a 5-day forecast, and you could change the location to a different location if you would like to view the weather. And then you have your SMS text messaging function, which you can view your text messages through your phone. You have live traffic. It shows you a traffic incident list. Then your shop, which you can download apps and stuff. And then up here, you also do have your exterior temperature readout as well as your digital clock. And then you also do have 4G LTE Wi-Fi on this head unit here. But overall, I love the Chevrolet MyLink system. This is also very similar to what you'll find in Buicks and GMCs with their IntelliLink system, but I really like this system. It's very intuitive, easy to use, and responsive. Coming to the gauges and the instrument cluster, very traditional setup from Chevrolet here. On the left, you'll find your tach. On the right, you'll find your speedometer. And on the top, coolant temperature and your fuel gauge. In the center, basic vehicle information shows you your digital speedometer as well as your speed limit, which is cool. And then you have your trip information, fuel range, oil life percentage, tire pressure, fuel economy. And right over here you have your audio, shows you what audio source is playing. You could change your audio source from here. Then you have your phone, but you have to have a phone connected, of course, to use that. And then you have your navigation, shows you turn by turn directions if you have a destination entered in onto your navigation system. Then your options from your units, US to metric. And then you have your info pages, speed warning. You could turn that on or off if you would like. and it will create an audible warning sound if you exceed the speed limit. Now, as far as the way the Malibu drives, there's really nothing groundbreaking here in the way it drives. The 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder does provide a really good amount of power with reasonable fuel efficiency. But as far as the way the handling goes, this handling, it feels okay. I mean, it feels on par with the rest of other mid-size sedans in the way it handles. If you're looking for a car that's engaging to drive, that feels sporty, then I suggest checking out the Mazda 6. But the ride in the Malibu is well controlled, and it's very smooth, and it's very comfortable, especially at highway speeds. The interior is also fairly quiet too. And if you're looking for a comfortable mid-size sedan that provides decent handling, then the Malibu is a perfect fit. But if you're looking for a sporty kind of mid-size sedan, definitely check out the competition of the Malibu. But the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder is an excellent powertrain. It provides a really good amount of power with pretty good fuel efficiency. I just recommend avoiding the base powertrain, which is the 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder. And most trims of the Malibu, if you want to get the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, you'll have to step up to a higher end trim level, and you will only get this 9-speed automatic. And if you go for the base powertrain, then you'll get the 6-speed automatic. And if you're looking for even better fuel efficiency, then I suggest going to the hybrid. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Let's go ahead and check out that rear seat passenger space as well as the trunk space. Now, materials do follow through in the rear here in the Malibu. You still have soft touch materials up here and on the mid door panel as well as the armrest, but the upper door panel here is hard touch plastic. Now, sitting back here in the Malibu, there's plenty of space back here, plenty of legroom, and plenty of headroom back here too. You'll also find dual map pockets, rear air vents, 120 volt power outlet as well as a 12 volt power outlet, and 2 USB charging ports for the family. Certainly won't have a problem charging an electronic device back here. And you have your your rear adjustable headrests. Your rear air vents are located right there, and we do have your rear center armrests with your dual cup holders. And the rear seats do fold down, 60-40 split. But the seats themselves are quite comfortable. They're fairly plush. And I would certainly take a long road trip. And you have map lights back here, but they aren't LEDs. But they're LEDs in the front. Alright. Trunk space is okay back here in the Malibu, but like I said, the rear seats do fold down 60-40 split by pulling on these levers right here. You have your Malibu floor mats, but overall not too shabby. If you get the hybrid model, I believe that the trunk space is a little smaller in the hybrid version of the Malibu. So with its roomy and comfortable interior with great ergonomics, it's fuel efficient and powerful 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and it's easy to live with nature, the 2017 Chevrolet Malibu is an excellent choice for a 2017 midsize sedan. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.